So, what's going on, everybody? So, this is Leonard back at you once again. We're going to talk about the series that we've been talking about the last couple of days, and that's three money mistakes costing families. Okay, so three money mistakes costing families. So, I'm on TikTok right now. My wife said I need to do more TikTok, get out there to a broader audience. I'm also on YouTube for a YouTube channel that we have, Legendary Legacy Group. If you guys ever want to reach us, you can reach us on our website, legendarylegacygroup.com. Appreciate you joining in. Hey, Lynette, how you doing? Appreciate you guys jumping in. We're going to continue this series, and look for a couple of more people to jump in, but you can always re-watch this. We'd love to get more people, live to say hi. Okay, say hi. Okay, push the button to say hi. There you go. Way back at you. All right. So, you guys, three money mistakes that are costing families right now. Three money mistakes that are costing families. We went through them a little bit, but I'm going to finish up on number one, thinking products equal protection. So thinking products equal protection. That's number one. Number two was confusing your income with security. So how do people confuse their income with security? Well, they have a job. They think, okay, my job is going to take care of everything. It's going to pay these bills. It's going to do this, that, the other. But what if you lose your job? What if you get hurt and cannot work? What if that income stops? Do you have a plan for that? All right. The third way that money mistakes that are costing families is waiting too long to talk about your legacy, waiting too long to plan, waiting too long to discuss what it looks like in your future, with retirement, things like that. All right. Most families that succeed in this, they're not smarter, they're not richer. They just have a plan in place. So we're going to end up with point number one, thinking products equal protection. All right. So we're going to talk about the 401k. All right. So 401ks, supposed to be a supplement to Social Security, not anything that's supposed to take care of your retirement, but part of your retirement plan. Social Security don't even get me talking about that, because by the time I'm ready to retire, probably won't be any Social Security for me. Now, my kids and grandkids, they going to be in big trouble unless we turn this country around and all the debt that we have. But that's another story. We're going to talk about the 401k plan, right? 401ks, 403bs, thrift savings plans, these are just numbers given by the government. Right, your 401k is something that, when you work for a job, you can contribute. They can match you, part of your salary, part of your income, so that when you retire, you have enough money to retire. Well, a lot of these companies used to have what's called pensions. I don't know if y'all old enough to remember this, but there was something called a pension plan where the company that you work for, by you working for them, they will say, hey, you've been working for us for 30, 40, 50 years. Well, we're going to take care of you until your retirement. And they will give them, something monthly or something yearly for, the time that they work for the company. But these companies started to see that these people are living and lasting a little too long. So we can't just be paying them into their 80s and their 90s. So what did they do? Once the 401k came out, they started shifting pensions into a 401k. So now people who have 401ks, you have to make sure that you have enough money for your retirement. A pension will pay you until you pass away. Now your 401k, sometimes people might lose money in their 401k and they have to go and work at, Costco or Sam's Club. I brought this up the other day. Like, a lot of people like doing those jobs, but some of them would rather be on an island somewhere, put their feet up, drinking the daiquiri or something in their retirement. They don't want to have to work all those extra years. So the people that's working in the Sam's Club and the Costco, bless your heart, but some of y'all don't want to be working there. So you have a 401k, you have the protection, but you don't have the plan, right? Or you had a product, but you don't have the plan. So a 401k is a product, right? What if there was something else out there that could put you into your retirement, protect your retirement when the market dips and your 401k goes down? What if there was something out there that could protect your money in your retirement? And that's what a lot of people don't know about, right? you have a product, you don't have a plan. A product that I'm talking about is something called a fixed index annuity that develops compound interest. So let's just say, for instance, you have $100,000 in a fixed index annuity. You have $100,000 in a 401k. If the market dips, if the stock market dips, S&P, NASDAQ, whatever, your 401k is more than likely going to take a dip. So now your 100,000 is only worth 90,000. With the fixed index annuity, you can have that 100,000. The market takes a dip, your money stays level, so you don't lose anything. Your 100,000 stays where it's at. That's what I talk about, having a product. So sometimes you might have one product, but there could be something else out there that's a lot better to get you into your retirement, to get you to where you want to be. And then people, you got to look at how much money do you need in your retirement. I'm 51 years old right now, so I have a pretty good clue how much I need for myself and my wife when we get all these kids up out this house to go and have us a good time and not have to worry about bills, because I know how much money I need until my retirement, right? I know what I'm going to be. The house should be paid off. Shouldn't be any car notes, shouldn't be this, that, the other. Maybe college for a couple of these kids, but that's it. I know what I need for my retirement. Do you know what you need for your retirement? Have you ever came with the amount that you need to retire comfortably? Because if you look at it, if you retire at 65, 67, what are most people living to? 85, 87, 90, and Lord forbid you have a family that lives into the hundreds, well, you're going to need more money. You're going to need more money into your retirement, right? So come up with a plan, you guys, to protect yourself. Don't just think, I have this product, I had this 401k. And one of the things, this is something I really did want to share with you guys. So this is something that happened last year, August the 7th. And I'm going to read from my notes to make sure I get this right for y'all. So President signed an executive order called Democratizing Access to Alternative Assets for 401k Investors. What does that mean? So now if you have a 401k on your job, your plan manager, they want the plan managers to start putting your 401ks into crypto, into real estate, private credit, and private equity investments. So these are things, especially crypto, right? Lo and behold, the president comes with an order that is talking about crypto, and him and his family have a crypto company. I'm not going to get into that. Not no politics, just talking about your money for retirement. So if part of your 401k is in crypto, from what I know, it's not that stable and it's not that liquid. Like, you just can't go to a crypto company and be like, hey, let's say I got $100,000 in there, let me get my money. You can't just go to no crypto company and say that, can you? If you can, let me know, because I want to find them. I want to see what they're about. But real estate, can you just go to a real estate, to your house or to a mortgage company, be like, hey, I need all my money out. I need all my money right now out of this house. No, it's going to take you a minute to get that money, right? So your 401k is now going to be invested in stuff that's not liquid, that if you need it, you probably can't get hold to it. So that's a plan that you have in place, but that's just a product. So like I said, what if you can move your 401k to something else? What if you can move your 401k to something that's going to guarantee you that you never lose any money, or guarantee that when the market is down, you don't lose, but when the market is doing well, you're going to gain some money, right? Those are things that my wife and I help people with. We're here to, share information because, like I said, I'm 51 years old. We got into this industry about 7 years ago. So at that time, all I knew was my mom and my dad had, something put in place for me. They bought some bonds and this, that, the other. Can those bonds really help me right now if I was to retire or if something was to happen? They can help me for a hot second, but then at a later date, what am I doing? I'm up the creek without a paddle. All right, excuse that language. Excuse that language. But that is something that we really need to look into. That people really need to really look into